How did it make you feel?
But again, like for me, as soon as I saw it and I hit eyes on it, the senses, I know it's not something that it regularly happens to me, but the senses just pinged up on my neck and my shoulders.
There was something there that I don't know. I don't know what label I put on that pool. I don't know.
No.
I mean, could you say it was hyena, dogman, crawler? I hadn't got a clue because I couldn't see the rest of it. All I could see was the eyes.
I saw its head turn, as Boyd did,
its head turn.
as it was moving away, and then as we've got to the top of the mound thing, there was nothing there.
What have you seen like that before?
What, like that? What, up there? Never seen anything ever like that. Never.
From what I saw, it did look like a big cat.
So
That's the only way
you're
I can
convinced
describe
it was a cat?
I'm
Physical.
convinced.
It definitely looked.
That's the first time I've ever seen a set of eyes like that anywhere, ever. Never seen eyes like that, ever.
2 separate encounters, 4 eyewitnesses, all describing one pair of glowing amber eyes. 2 of the witnesses came away thinking big cat. The other 2 left wondering what they encountered. But on the remote clifftops of Bempton, all 4 witnesses are sure of one thing. They all saw large, bright amber eyes staring back at them from the darkness. 2 of them believed they belonged to a big cat. The other 2 were certain there was no body attached at all. In this unsettling film, we revisit both sightings and explore what could create such intense eye shine, and consider natural phenomena. Then consider the cryptid explanation. Could a big cat really be moving around the cliffs at night, or is something else watching from the shadows? Both theories are equally strange when tied to Bempton's long history of mysterious activity. I'm on Bempton Cliffs tonight. I know, looking at surroundings, we might as well be in a black room, but met up with Luke and Boyd, who've come up here for a few days.
Yeah.
And you've seen something, haven't you? Do you want to tell us about it?
Really?
Well, what we saw was just out this way. I'm not familiar with the area.
Yeah. So we're
Down
heading down
towards
towards
the fixed camera point.
Yeah.
And as we walk past the fixed camera, on our right, there's like a little tuft of long grass that goes up. There was where Boyd spotted it first. It was the only way I could describe it was a big cat's head. Looked like soft cat features, like a lynx.
Yeah.
That was as best as I could see it, anyway.
And what were interesting, because you walked up there, both of you, obviously, with your torches on, talking.
Yeah, we walked through that post, the
2
where
posts,
those 2
yeah.
guys are seen. And then we sort of shone the torch up there, didn't see anything.
Okay then, Rob, you've sent me an email that's really interesting, saying that you've seen something, well, I'd call it unusual, on Bempton Cliffs on 6th of October 2025, so this year. Can you just run us through it then, please?
Right then, Paul. Me and the wife come up to Thornwick Bay on holiday for a week, staying in a caravan at Thornwick Bay. We've left home early in the morning to get up to you. It's a fair few hours drive.
Right.
So we've arrived at Thornwick about 4 o'clock to get to where we're staying.
Have you ever been to area before?
Never been to the area before, so it's all new to us. You know, we're quite excited, and it's all new. So it's a good evening. We've had tea and everything, and it's a full moon, and it's quite mild. And I said to the wife, "Let's go for a walk up over to Bempton. Let's have a walk up over the cliffs." And she's like, "What, now? This time?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for a walk." You know, so get the walking boots on. We set off from Thornwick Bay up over the cliffs.
What time would that be then, Rob?
We left the caravan park about 7:20.
Started to walk along the fence line, and like I say, as Luke said, there was up to the right hand side where there's obviously fields behind. There was like tufts of grass, and we was just sort of saying how, you know, the wind sort of died down. Shone the torch over, and my torch just hit straight away just behind the grass, kind of hung. It's like it was stalking down with its. It had a wide head, the eyes were wide, and yeah, the torch just caught its eye shine, and it was kind of, yeah, the head was level with its shoulders, and it's kind of stalking.
And what did you do?
I don't mean frightened, but did it shock you to see? Because did you think it were a deer at first?
No, it didn't look as deer or any sort
When
of...
when my light off my head torch caught it, you can clearly see that there was no deer.
Yeah.
There was nothing I've seen out in the wild walking. It was the best way I can describe it was a large cat's head, but it had like soft cat features, and the eye shine in it was like an orangey green.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like what we would expect to see at time.
You've seen something that probably is of nature, but it doesn't belong up here, does it?
No.
Which is interesting. I'm walking down now towards where Rob and his wife came to the stand, which would be down here.
We've been walking, I don't know, we've got up to Stark Nuke, and it all
Probably Staple Nuke.
Staple Nuke. I keep getting that wrong. It's
Okay.
Staple Nuke. We've been walking for about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes, something like that.
Yep.
And we got up to this platform, and I said, I think, this is obviously one of the places where it's a good vantage point.
Yeah.
But it was a full moon. It was nice. You still had to see where you were going.
You wouldn't have needed your torch as much, though, would you, Rob?
We could easily follow the cliff path and see all the undulation in the path and everything without the torches. I remember even saying to Linda, I said, you know what, this is nearly like daylight. We got to the stand, so I took my torch out, still very close to the edge of the cliff, but I shone the torch down, and immediately I saw these two eyes looking back at me, and they're bright yellow, amber eyes looking back.
This is down the cliff, down towards a 300-foot sheer cliff.
Yeah. And I'm looking down at this, and I'm thinking, well, what's that? And I immediately thought, it's a fox, or it's got to be something like that hunting.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's all I can think it is. I couldn't think of anything else.
You've got to fit it into a box that seems normal, I understand. Ian's back at camera, and if you've got a minute, because I know you guys are off back now, because you've been all over the place the last few days, haven't you? I'll grab camera. He might want to ask you something. Is that all right?
And what was your perspective of what the colour was?
From when I caught it first, obviously Boyd saw it first, but when I saw it, it was a light colour, almost like a whitish, gingery colour.
If I was to say, not obviously ginger, but like your colour, your beard.
Correct.
Same as beards. It's going. If I shone the torch, that's the colour that come to me. The width of the eyes and the colour was that. Right. It wasn't dark. It didn't see any sort of other markings or weird sort of colours in it. Just it had like an off-whitish colour to me,
Yeah.
White, orangey, ginger.
And the other thing is the distance. You've told the story to me and Paul earlier. You was fairly close to this.
Close enough to be able to. I was close enough to spot face features.
I would say probably. Obviously, it's like because obviously we're following the fence line, so we're in like a little path bit, elevated up. I'd say it's probably about 4 meters, 4 or 5 meters
between us, and it was within 10 to 12 meters that we should see it.
It was elevated, so the torch that we were shining around was following the land, the line of land, and it picked up the head, and it was just the grass was there, the head was sort of above there, and it picked up the eye shine at that point. And
but you were closer than me, so 4 meters for your perspective, and I was probably a good 3-4 meters behind you, and then I've turned round and spotted the eye shine then.
And I basically, when I caught the eye shine, straight away, it's obviously a reaction. I was like, what the F is that?
Yeah.
And then you've been panning around where I'm shining, and you've gone, what is that? And
So really, it was between 15 and 30 feet.
Yeah.
Between you.
And I said to my wife, I said, yeah, come and have a look at these. There's some eyes down here. Come and have a look. What do you think? While I was doing that, I turned the torch off while I turned and talked to them, and I put the torch back on, half expecting the eyes to be gone, because I thought, well, if it's a fox, spooked it, it'll be gone. And when I put the torch out, the eyes were in exactly the same place, still looking up at us.
So penny's not dropped then at this moment that these eyes are a little bit bigger?
No, I'm just looking down, and she looks, and she kind of had the feeling that it was two separate things, but was only getting one eye because they were so far apart.
Right, okay.
These eyes were too wide. They were too wide to be a fox.
Yeah.
Go on, Paul.
You can explain why you know that then, please, Rob.
Well, I knew this was not a fox because years and years ago when I was a nipper growing up and that, I worked on farms and things like that. I used to go out with lantern at night shooting foxes and rabbits and things like that. I know it's probably not the done thing to do these days in some fraternities, but that's what I used to do. And I knew damn well what a fox looks like. And I knew that these eyes, when I looked at them, there was no way that was a fox because they were just too bright, too big and too far apart.
And what did it do then? Did it turn? Did it slink off?
Yeah. When I caught it with the light, it was staring straight at me. And then when what I said, then you shone the torch on it as well at the same time, and you said what you said. And the minute, in my eyes, the minute that you said, "What the f is that?" as well, it then turned away so that you didn't have any eye shine.
Yeah.
So at that point, we then started to run up that little grass bit, and then shine the torches that we've already got going around, and just cannot see it. There's nothing there.
Because at one bit you told us that you sort of like did a pincer movement, and you one way, one
we're in the field. Like obviously, when you come up onto that mound bit, you've got a field, and then you've got a circular bit where it looks like there's like a pond area at some point. I guess there. Yeah. So because you couldn't see it, the only point was to think, well, if we can't see it, it's got to have gone in somewhere for us not to see it.
Yeah.
So basically, you run to the left bit, I run to the right to see whether it's maybe gone around the edge and then off to the field behind. And you went off to one side, I went up to the top of the brow where then there's like the fields then start going down towards a farm. And it was just nothing. There was no eye shine of anything, nothing. Couldn't see anything. And the torch that I've got is a pretty powerful torch.
You see, some people would say you're either brave or foolish for running towards it.
So what shape of this thing then? You can see the eyes, Rob. There's lots of moonlight lighting up the land, so I'm assuming you can see the shape of this thing.
There's no shape to this thing. Right. There is no shape to it. And that's the hard bit that I couldn't work out, because when you light an animal up at night, you can obviously see its eyes, but you can still see, the silhouette of the thing.
Yeah.
And I was trying to work out the silhouette of this thing, and there was no silhouette. It was almost like it was mounted into the cliff. The rest of the body didn't stand out. It didn't do anything. It was just eyes, just the eyes.
Which makes it even more interesting on a full moonlit night that you can't see an outline.
Yeah, no, not at all. There's no outline to it, and that's what I couldn't get my head round. That there was just no body shape. There was no head shape. I was trying to work out the head to the eyes. I'm thinking, well, there's the eyes. Where's the edge of the head? Where's the ears? Where's this? Where's that? And there wasn't. It was just eyes. It was just two amber, yellow, bright eyes just looking back, and they were big. They were size of ping pong balls.
Wow, that is big. You didn't see them blink at all or anything, did you?
No, they didn't blink. Not at all. When I put the torch on them, they just lit up, almost like you were kind of shining lights back at you. Two lights shining back. They were that bright. What happened then, because when I had the torch on it, I was moving the torch around to try and catch the body shape or flick it, flick some light on it or anything, or to get some light to bounce on it from off the ground around it, and nothing. It was just nothing there. There was no body shape, anything at all. And that's when I was thinking, bloody hell, this is strange. This doesn't compute, But and with that, while I was still lit up with the eyes lit up, it turned its head which I assumed it was its head, because I couldn't even see a head.
Yeah.
But the only way I could tell it turned is because the two eyes, then they kind of they turned to the right, and it was almost like I was catching the eyes on the side, like they were almost even like they were like protruding from the head.
I get it.
I was catching them halfway.
So if you cut a ping pong ball in half and filled half with light, you'd see that shape.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It's almost like you say, you cut a ping pong ball in half and stuck it on a surface of something, and then when you turn it sideways, you can still see the bulge of the eye stuck out. Those eyes aren't right. There's something different about those eyes.
Yeah.
Even though I knew on the cliff at that time, those eyes, I'd never seen eyes like that before, or that wide apart, or that big. But I still didn't even question it in my head. It was almost a given, like, well, those are the eyes, and that's it. That's
Strange, isn't it? From where you were stood, Rob, how far down the cliff do you think they were?
It was about 30 feet away from me and about 10 foot down the cliff. But and also another thing, there was no sound whatsoever from this, and it was a quiet night, very light breeze, full moon, one of those still nights that, you know, when you're out, it's nice to be out. And because I thought to myself, well, if it's right there, it's gonna make a noise scrabbling, you know, because I've heard foxes going off and stuff like this, or badgers breaking free and going.
Yeah.
Nothing.
How did it make you feel?
But again, like for me, as soon as I saw it and I hit eyes on it, the senses, I know it's not something that it regularly happens to me, but the senses just pinged up on my neck and my shoulders, and then again I just reacted. You know, maybe obviously if it was something that other people had seen, that would have been a different reaction. But yeah, it's like today, without like when we was coming along the cliffs this evening, a bird that was probably about like a metre away flew up, and you get that. Oh, what was that?
Yeah, it made you jump.
Different
Yeah.
feeling, totally different feeling. That's just like. Oh.
Well, what you also said, I don't know whether it was Luke or you, Boyd. I think you remarked that it got quiet, didn't it?
Yeah. Don't know where.
Before it happened, like I said, it was real windy, and then I'd say just before it happened, we went into the little gully divot, and Boyd was ahead of me, and then Boyd mentioned it's gone real quiet.
Yeah, it just feels quiet.
And then just after that, that's when we saw the big old head.
Again,
in the dark.
Yeah, we kind of sort of, we would have just put that. I wouldn't say that I felt that there was a strange.
Not
feeling.
the woo, no.
I did one area, you've got the wind. The next bit, you'll come a little bit under, and it goes a little bit sort of quiet, and that's it. We didn't feel anything. It was just literally just because we was just walking along that bit, sort of chatting.
Yeah.
And just my torch picked up something and it hit it, and then straight away. That's what I mean. That's how I know that it wasn't normal, because the minute it picked up and it looked straight at me as I'm shining the torch on it, the senses just went in me.
And you didn't feel anything like that?
No. I literally just, when I spotted it was just a reaction just to chase it, to try and get eyes on it to see what it was, because all I could see was its face coming over the top of the grass and the eyes, and then just straight up with torches up to try and catch what the whole body of it was, just to see the size of it.
So all the way through this weird sighting of the eyes, you're still fitting it into a box called normal, as in labelling it a fox.
Well, I know it's not a fox, but it was like it was natural. You meant to see it. It didn't matter if you saw it. You know, didn't question it. It was, and we even walked on a little bit further after seeing that, and that would have taken us past where the eyes were, and we didn't see any more. We didn't hear anything. We didn't see anything.
What is it during the way back that you started to question that were a little bit different, or when you got back to caravan, or when you got home?
Well, to tell you the truth, boy, is when we got home. You know, and I was here and I just started thinking about it. And I was thinking to myself, those eyes weren't right.
Where you live, you told me previously, you do a bit of walking on a night with your wife, and you've lit the eyes of fox up, and are you adamant that they're not fox?
Definitely. No way. Hand on heart, they weren't. That was not a fox. Not at all.
And you saw it turn, didn't you, Luke?
I saw its head turn as
Yeah,
Boyd
its head
did,
turned.
as it was moving away, and then as we've got to the top of the mound thing, there was nothing there.
Just nothing.
No
There
eye
was-
shine, no movement, nothing. There was just nothing.
And you got a powerful torch, and it's a wide open space.
What's your thoughts on it now then? What do you think you've seen?
From what I saw, it did look like a big cat.
So
That's the
you're
only way I can
convinced
describe
it was a cat?
I'm
It's physical.
convinced.
It definitely looked physical.
It looked physical. It was something that we're on terra firma and nothing supernatural. That's basically what you're saying, aren't you?
It was
Flesh and blood.
And that's good enough anyway. Isn't it? I know it's interesting that you've seen something like that up here.
Yeah.
And you're well versed in foxes and deers, aren't you?
Yeah, but again, you obviously going out walking the dogs late at night. You know, you pick up eye shine. Even if you see a deer, which is obviously quite large,
Yeah.
You might stop in your tracks. But again, for me personally, I don't know. You might feel things a little bit differently, but for me personally, that's the first time that I felt something like that hit my senses like that. I've been scared through things in life, and it never made me feel that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One last thing, when you caught it in the torchlight, did it act like a deer or a rabbit acts when you sort of clip a deer and a rabbit in a torch, or with a torch?
No, I wouldn't say. Like I said, it turned because obviously it was looking directly at us, wherever it was, and then when the light caught it, it didn't turn as it looked like it was scared turn to like bolt away.
It was like a confidence.
Yeah, it just turned as it was intending to move away. So it just looked away from us.
It was confident.
Yeah, because I think from my perspective, I don't know about yourself, but I was the first one that hit it with a light, and it looked directly at me. I mean, like if I was there with a torch, his body was here, and it was looking at me like that, and it looked directly at me.
Yeah.
And I said, obviously, what the F is that? Then that obviously, you know how I speak. So he's obviously looked at it and like, what is that? And it's almost like gone from looking at me, a slight look at him, and then the head's just turned, gone. Then we've run up, shone the torch, nothing, gone. There.
I'm not asking you to say what you think it is because none of us know. But what's it left you thinking?
I don't know. I really don't know. There was something there that I don't know. I don't know what label I put on that, Paul. I don't know. I haven't got a clue because I couldn't see the rest of it. All I could see was the eyes.
But in the area where you walk when you're close to home,
Yeah.
what have you seen like that before?
What, like that? What, up there? Never. Never seen anything ever like that. Never.
Wow, that's so interesting, Rob.
That's the first time I've ever seen a set of eyes like that anywhere, ever. Never seen eyes like that, ever. That, I didn't know what I was looking at because there was no reference of the body to put it with. It was all eyes. It was all about the eyes and nothing else.
And eyes on you as well, because it knew exactly where you were, didn't it?
It knew, I think it knew where we were before I knew it was, because as soon as I put the torch on it, they were just straight on us. So I think it must have been watching us in the moonlight, and we couldn't see in the moonlight. It must have been watching us because those eyes were, as soon as I hit it with the torch, they were just on us.
When you're out walking dogs in the evenings and stuff, and it's dark and you've got torches on, if you see a fox or a badger or rabbits, like, they'll scurry away and then they'll turn to look, and then they'll scurry away and they'll turn to look, and you'll keep seeing the eye shine. But with that, it was just nothing.
It doesn't give you that feeling when you see eye shine from something that we're aware of, foxes, badgers. You know, tonight we saw a badger.
Even
at the
tonight,
distance,
saw a badger. You can see how it's moving.
It doesn't give you, even if it doesn't give you that feeling of that eye shine looking that reacted back.
Yeah.
So you knew you were looking at something slightly different.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah. All I can say is thank you, and brilliant. Maybe see you lads next time you come up.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks again.